And kind of going back to that illusion of choice that Stephanie was talking about, when survivors are in this mode, this immersion to the life, they're in that survival mechanism of the brain. And so that midbrain, once we're in that, that neural activity cuts off a lot of activity to the neocortex, which is where we do rational thinking, decision making. This choice that we talk about exists in the frontal lobe of our brain, and we don't have a lot of access to that when we're in our survival mode in our midbrain. And so when we're saying there's choice, but we're really actually engaged with the part of our brain that can't make rational choices. It literally does not have access. That part of our brain also holds a lot of our personality. And so we talked about this before too, where women start making choices they never would have. And I would never do that. I would never say that. I would never do any of these things, but it's because they don't have access to much of their personality. They're in that survival mode. And so all of these ways, once they're immersed in that survival mechanism of the brain is where they're at most of their time, most of their days. And it's all part of that. It's our brains being experts at survival. It's appropriate for the context, but it also, just to kind of speak to what the role I play afterwards, it's a lot of what we try to do afterwards to recover, to regain access to these parts of our personalities and things like that when we spend such an enormous amount of time in our survival mechanisms, which is just not the way our brains were created to spend our day to day to day to day.